If you were to do a survey at any college campus asking people what they did for fun or to relieve stress, I guarantee that a lot of people would say gaming. Gaming is one of society's favorite pastimes, and I am no exception to that. I have been gaming since I was 4 years old, and it has always been a key part of my life, and I am sure that many people can say the same. Gaming has quickly become one of the most popular forms of socializing, recreational activity, and stress reliever for the average day person. I firmly believe that this co-cultural group is one that anyone and everyone can enjoy and get into. So, grab your snacks and your controller as I tell you about the culture of gaming. Getting into the customs of it, an online article called Gamer Health and Well-Being goes over the lifestyles of a person who considers gaming to be a hobby of theirs. A typical gamer usually resorts to eating snacks throughout the day rather than having regular meals because it's more a longer meal is less time playing video games. So when you're in the zone and you're grinding, you usually just want some snacks by your side to keep you well. Many people who are considered to be gamers are also lacking in physical health more times than not. They're usually obesity is a large thing when it comes to gaming because it is a very passive recreational activity. There's no really physical activity involved with gaming. Daily routines are also different for people who consider to be a game are considered to be gamers. They're usually more nocturnal. Many people tend to play video games during the night, after school and after work and whatnot. Naps also are a common thing that gamers partake in. Um, when it comes to the language that you might hear in a gaming community or the gaming culture, a book called The Formation of Gaming Culture, which was written by Palgrave Pivot, talks about the slang that has arrived in the gaming community, like GG, which is a good game. You usually say that at the end of a match when you're playing video games with other people online. The terms that you might be familiar with if you're not in the gaming community, like noob and scrub, those refer to someone who's not very good at the game. Um, so now that you've learned a little bit about the average gamer lives and talks, let's move on to the next level, and I'll tell you about my history with gaming. So, I conducted an interview with my mother, Allison Felkner, um, and asked her some questions like when she got me my first video game system to play with. And she told me that at 4 years old, the Christmas when I was 4 years old, she gave me my first Game Boy, and she gave me Mario and Pokemon to play on it, and I was hooked. And I've been playing video games ever since. I've recently decided to slow down on gaming though, because as I mentioned earlier, physical health is usually something that deteriorates when you pick up gaming as a hobby, and I'm not really a fan of that. So gaming recently has slowed down for me as I've pursued a better physical health. So the gaming has had many cool impacts on my life. It's connected me to some of the most important people that I have in my life. I have many people who I consider to be very close friends that I've never actually met in person. And they're just people I've played video games with for almost a decade now. It's gotten me through many difficult times. After middle school, I moved to a brand new city to start high school, and that was a very hard adjustment, not knowing anybody that I was in school with. So, video games, one helped me to stay connected with my old friends because we play video games, and it gave me a way to make new friends at the school. Because if you go to any school, you won't have to look very far to find people that like video games. So, now that my gaming history is beat, let me share with you some lessons and skills that you can learn from the culture of gaming. There are many life and communication lessons that you can learn from gaming culture. An online article called 15 Lessons We Can Learn About Life from Video Games, which was published by Forbes and written by Neil Herndon, he talks about how he points out that with gaming, you learn to get along with anyone, regardless of who they are, when you have a common task to accomplish. So, in the gaming community, you won't find people that are going to hate you for or judge you for who you are, what gender you are, what you look like. You're only going to be judged by how you game. So, and as long as you're having fun most people don't say too much in the gaming community. They also talk about how it instills the fact that you can do great things no matter who you are. Again, video games are for anyone and for everyone. And I have many video games that give me a huge sense of accomplishment or purpose sometimes, which is always nice. On the communication side of things, lessons that can be learned. Another book called The Gaming Mind, A New Psychology of Video Games and the Power of Play, which was written by Alexander Chris. He talks about how gaming improves teamwork and communication skills with others under stressful situations. So many popular online games are shooter-based, team shooter games, and those require lots of quick communication and relying on your teammates to win the matches or accomplish your goal. So in that way, it teaches you how to communicate and how to work with your teams. So today I talked to you about the awesome gaming culture. We talked about how gamers live their lives, how gaming has affected my life, and what the gaming community has to offer to you. I hope that after hearing this, you'll consider sitting down with a friend or some family and hitting start on your next great adventure.